I'm on bloody mute. What a start to the stream. Big up to everyone, man. I hope everyone is doing well. Make sure when you're jumping in the stream, let me know how you're doing, man. Hope everyone is doing well. Muted. Am I fine now, though? Am I okay now? Yeah, hope everyone is doing well. Guys, I do apologize if I act very slow in today's live stream. I am hanging out my arse, if I'm being truly honest. I went out drinking last night and I wasn't supposed to. And like a prat, yeah, I went out drinking and I didn't wake up until about an hour ago. And I was like, do I stream? Yeah, I've got to turn up for the people, man, because this absolute prat, Luke Edwards, has been chatting nonsense and he's been getting cooked all over the web, and we're going to diss out our cooking as well. Big up to everyone, man. I hope everyone is doing well. 26 of you in the building. Let's get these likes up, man. 20 likes already. This might be the quickest we've had 20 likes on our lives. Make sure you're also smashing that subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. Very, very, very important you do so. And yeah, we'll get into some of your lots of comments. So yeah, let's try and get these likes up to 30 people if we can. Big up CJ, I hope you're well. Smash the likes, and Newcastle are getting smashed in the transfer window. Yeah, man, they're getting absolutely pratted. But yeah, I hope everyone's well, man. So this is what Luke Edwards had to say. Exclusive. Newcastle told Alexander Isak he will not be sold this summer and the move to Liverpool will be blocked. Sparking player fury. What, is he going to be fighting Tyson Fury, is he, yeah? This prat, Luke Edwards, yeah, you know, you're getting an unfollow. You're getting an unfollow, you prat. Chatting the most biggest nonsense on the internet. The biggest nonsense. Even Fabrizio has cooked this man. And yeah, he has basically said that he won't be leaving. You know, he'll be integrated back into the team. How do people like him, work for the Telegraph? Someone put it simply underneath. Look at this for a tweet. Exclusive. Manchester City agreed deal signed James Trafford as new goalkeeper. Here we go. 8 minutes before, exclusive, Newcastle are back in the race. And then Fabrizio literally cooked him 8 minutes later. No one's listening to you, mate. No one is listening to you. How this guy has a job at the flipping Telegraph, I don't know. How does someone like him have the job at a Telegraph? He should be working in a flipping basic job in the pub, mate. Oh my, it angered me when I woke up and saw it. It's like, why are you chatting the most utter nonsense? When it comes to Newcastle journos now, because obviously regarding the situation for Liverpool, I just I only listened to what's his name, Craig Hope, man like Craig Hope, you know. But guys, there is actually big updates. We're not going to waste time on this weasel of a man. We're going to waste our time talking about absolute facts. If you have not seen the news, Alexander Isak has rejected a new contract. Bid is imminent. We got 50 of you in the building. Let's get these likes up to 30, chat. Let's get these likes up to 30. 30 likes. Make sure you're also subscribing as well. Very important you do so on the channel. We're going to be live for the good next part of an hour. So yeah, if you've not seen, this is what came out. Eddie Howe on if Newcastle can tell Alexander Isak he has to stay. It's not straightforward. Otherwise, we would have done that a long time ago. I don't think we're in the position to be able to do that currently. Because he wants to go. He's basically saying, we're not in the position because Alexander Isak wants to go. Why are we going to keep a player that's going to over 130 million on our books? It'd be pretty stupid. If Newcastle was to do so. But yeah, if you've not also seen, Liverpool are waiting for Newcastle to sign a striker, obviously, before returning. I did see, I can't remember where it was. Isak rejected a contract from Newcastle. I'm going to pull it up for you now. they tried to give him a new contract and basically said like, no. So yeah, Craig Hope. Or is that no? That's the flipping fake papers, isn't it? Yeah, this is what Fabrizio Romano said. Breaking: Fabrizio Romano, Newcastle again tried to renew Alexander Isak's contract early this week, but the striker said no, he wants to move to Liverpool and the transfer remains absolutely on. I think he's also done a video as well. Fabrizio Romano, which we're going to pull up for you lovely people. Oh, God, I do not feel great, but it's my doing for going out drinking, isn't it? What a prat. 1 minute, I'm drinking a glass of water. Next minute, I'm doing shots of tequila rose. What an idiot. But yeah, this is the clip from Fabrizio Romano. So he gives he gives a big update. Let's listen. No one gives a fuck about the ninja, mate. I've got about 2 in my kitchen. Come on, man. All right, let's go, Fabrizio.
Here, as always, to give you bosses on the transfer market. Today, guys, many things to mention.
Can you hear it,
from
first of all?
Madrid to London.
Before I start playing, can you actually hear? Like,
Chelsea.
Can you actually hear? Because I remember I did that yesterday and no one could hear. Yes, we can hear. Let's go. Let's see what the big man's had to say. First of all, we need to actually find out what he speaks about because no one gives a flip about Real Madrid news. Yeah, we'll start it from there because he obviously gives an update on Jackson. Let's go.
He will leave the club for sure. There is still interest from Newcastle, so keep an eye on that one because Newcastle maintain their active interest in Nicolas Jackson. Meanwhile, Colomoni is not a target for Newcastle. No talks, no negotiation, and Colomoni is focused on joining Juventus this summer, the only destination considered by Colomoni in this moment of the market. On Nico Jackson, guys, again, keep an eye on Newcastle. Many reports on 80 million pounds price tag for Jackson. The feeling in the industry is that maybe this fee can be negotiated. So Newcastle are interested, but it's not the only name. They have 2-3 names on their shortlist for the striker. Again, Colomoni is not there. Obviously, this will have a massive impact on the situation of Alexander Isak. Because if Newcastle can do maybe 2 signings for the striker position with Visa from Brentford, deal advancing, player not in the squad tonight, player very clear in his intention to go to Newcastle, so very likely, also because Brentford could sign Ouattara as new player, and so in that case, give the green light for Visa to go to Newcastle, well, that could be important. Because
is it just me? Sometimes Fabrizio Romano speaks just too quick. I'm like, mate, relax. I know you need to get all the info in about 10-minute video, but please make it so people can actually understand what you're saying. But now, big up.
Visa plus 1 more striker, might be Jackson, might be Omorodion, Samuel Geova. We will see who's going to be the striker they sign, but it could mean a lot for Alexander Isak to Liverpool. Isak, I'm told, new things to say tonight, that he said in a very clear way to Newcastle again this week that he is not willing to sign a new contract at the club. So Newcastle tried again earlier this week to offer him a new contract, but the player at the moment, guys, then we never know in football. Maybe this could change in the next days or weeks, and I will be here to tell you because our job is to tell you what's going on, not to predict the future. But in this moment, Alexander Isak has no intention to sign a new contract at Newcastle. Alexander Isak wants to go to Liverpool, and so this story remains absolutely on. It's not over. Follow that one, because the story...
So right, before we listen to the rest of it, he basically said, in the sense of, they tried to give him a new contract. Play him at 0.75 speed. Yeah, right, we'll do that. Right, guys, let me just send out a couple of links. 72 of you in the building, yo. Big up, man. We haven't been live for 10 minutes. Big up to everyone, though. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. And yeah, this might be the quickest we've ever got nearly 50 likes. I think the quickest I've ever got 50 likes, I think, was in like 30 minutes. And we're 13 minutes away, man. Yo, big up, man. Big up to everyone, though. Let's listen to him back on little playback. Wait, what speed did you say? How the flip did I do this? Okay, right, let's listen to him again. Because you know what he's like. He speaks 2 quid. Right, let's go.
That could be important because Visa plus 1 more striker might be Jackson, might be Omorodion, Samu Ageova.
I will
Will
get
see
into your
who's going to
comments,
be the
guys. Don't worry,
striker
man.
they sign, but it could mean a lot for Alexander Isak to Liverpool. Isak, I'm told, new things to say tonight, that he said in a very clear way to Newcastle again this week that he is not willing to sign a new contract at the club. So Newcastle tried again earlier this week to offer him a new contract, but the player at the moment, guys, then we never know in football. Maybe this could change in the next days or weeks, and I will be here to tell you, because our job is to tell you what's going on, not to predict the future. But in this moment, Alexander Isak has no intention
Don't
to
believe
sign
what
a
Luke
new
Edwards
contract
says,
at
mate.
Newcastle. Alexander Isak wants to go to Liverpool.
Come on, neighbours, shut up, you prayer prats.
And so this story remains absolutely on. It's not over. Follow that one, because the story, again, is really, really on. On Chelsea, just
No one cares. Oh, God, no. I'm sorry, man.
quickly,
We'll pause him at that. So basically, he kind of just said, they offered him a new contract, and I think Craig Hope even said the alleged reports was what? 300k a week? Was it 300k a week, Craig Hope said? Was it 300k a week? We literally had it on the screen a minute ago. Come on, neighbours, shut up, you pair of dimwits. Absolute prats. Let's bang that up. Right, let's get back into what he said. Bear with, people, bear with. By the way, we're 6 subs away from 2,120, so if you're not hit the subscribe button, make sure you've done so. Make sure you're also in the like. We're 10 likes away from 50. We can get these to 50 likes. Easy, guys. Right, let me get through all your comments. Because, yeah. Do we need an Isak backup plan for Isak, like a loan deal? What do you mean by a loan deal? We can hear you. Afternoon, big up. Hope you're well, my guy. Luke Edwards is as reliable as my dead cat. It's just one report, but we still do need a backup plan. Oh yeah, of course, Liverpool will have backup plans. Liverpool will have backup plans, of course, 100%. Luke Edwards got nothing right. Like I said, Luke Edwards is as reliable as my dead cat. People who believe, yeah, the guy's a prat. Don't believe him, man. This guy just reported something that happened a week ago, and it was like fresh news. Bro, Luke Edwards said Newcastle are backing for James Trafford 8 minutes ago. Here we go to Man City. Literally, he is as reliable as genuinely me. I'm probably more reliable than him. Luke Edwards got, yeah, exactly. And he's meant to be a Newcastle correspondent writer, by the way, not just some. He's not like he does Arsenal work or Chelsea, where you could understand if he gets a couple of things wrong because he doesn't specialise in that club. But the fact that he is a Newcastle writer. What a bunch of small-minded people, Newcastle. This would absolutely. Everyone is rejecting them. Yeah, man. He backtracked on his next tweet. Wow, what did he say? I'm voting to get Isak in the home kit, but I thought it would be done by now. Unfortunately not, man. 96 of you in the building, yo, big up. We're 5 likes and 50, so get them hit. Isak to Liverpool United look garbage. I heard, apparently, yeah. Eddie Howe's just basically said he's gone without saying facts. I feel like Isak were number 9. I agree, because Darwin is not here anymore. I'm waiting for Isak to join so I can get the home kit in UCL with long sleeves and Isak on the back. Fierce. Romano looks ill. Mate, you know Romano, I watched Romano, like a podcast on how he got into journalism and stuff. Do you know that guy averages about 3 to 4 hours of sleep every day? every single day. Then he has the odd power nap here and there. Mad. But I suppose when you're the biggest journalist in the world, you can't really have sleep. Got banned for saying Newcastle should apologise to Isak because on the guy on the stream said Isak should apologise. Why should he apologise if he doesn't want to be there? Yo, big up Scraps, bro. Hope you well, mate. Big up Lewis. Big up Hag. Fab will just throw Wataro in a speed and will lose focus. How is it getting worse? What are we going about, bro? Is legit better? Yep. Owen, mate, explains how it got blocked. Luke Edwards yapped so much and got done in by Indy. Yeah, man. What about Jackson? It might be related. I reckon Jackson might go there. Now, I would say Indy's tier 2 source now. Genuinely believe Indy more than Luke Edwards. I think a lot of people do, to be fair. The article was propaganda piece for the fans, basically to help paint Isak as the bad guy. Yeah. I mean, Newcastle were getting gassed about the tweet, by the way. Mate, that's Newcastle fans just bringing Isak, yeah. If Castle tried to renew him again, that's just... They actually tried, and basically he just said this. What do you mean, Isak on loan? 3 to 4 hours, what do you mean? By loan, I mean find someone who can be here for a year until the bricks on Newcastle move. If Fabrizio stops reporting, we will know why. Newcastle tried acting like a big club to... What the hell are my neighbours doing, man? Like, sod off. Newcastle tried acting like a big club to soon get... 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, I'll have to play the podcast one day, literally. He averages, like, each day, 3 to 4 hours. But don't forget, that's in the transfer season. It's like January transfer and the regular season, like, window. He probably has to live on 3 to 4 hours sleep. But don't forget, when the season's like, when it gets to like September till like January, he'll probably just have a regular sleep pattern because he'll just have people that will tweet out. Because I actually saw he actually is the one that puts out all the tweets. He'll have people that will like do all his graphics and do all of his other social media stuff, like upload his YouTube videos and stuff, obviously. Do you know what I mean? Yo, we're on 50 likes. Yo, 50 likes in 20 minutes. Yo, big up to everyone, man, inside. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. And make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. But yeah, they tried to give him a new contract. And he basically said, see you next Tuesday, mate. Any news on a centre back? Apparently, we put in a little bit of a 30 million for... I can't remember his name now, but I will bring it up. I don't sleep a lot. You might just have... weapon grade ADHD. Yeah, but look at him. He's only 21. Who? Big up and Dick. I hope you're well, my guy. And have you seen the flipping Luke Edwards thing, bro? He's trending on Twitter at number 5. Bro, he got chefed. Even a lot of Newcastle. I saw it when I woke up and saw it. First thing I saw a Newcastle fan even like saying like, "Yo, why you don't even believe Luke Edwards, Romano." Oh, yes, we had apparently a 30 mil bid rejected, but it's only come from about 1 or 2 sources. So I'd very much take it with a pinch of salt in terms of what he said. So yes, let me see if a couple of people will reply back for a link. Right, 99 of you in the building. Big up, man. You still gonna do the 24-hour stream when Isak joins? Look, I promise the chat I will do it. Yes, I will do it. I will still do a 24-hour stream. I will still do that 24-hour live stream, unfortunately. Should we play, not Luke Edwards because he's a clan. What's his name? Craig Hope, because I think he's done a video. I think he did a video that. Yeah, he's done a video, and then we can go to Keith Downie.
Get rewarded for using energy flexibly. Only with a smart.
No one cares, love.
Are you ready?
No one cares. No, I'm not ready.
Guys from here outside St James's Park, where it's cold and it's dark and it's August, and I'm wearing a gilet and a hoodie combo, an outfit that would normally be reserved for Champions League match day 2. And I'm back on the Milburn stand steps as well, where you wouldn't really rule out, would you, in the coming weeks, poor Eddie Howe having to emulate Kevin Keegan all those years ago and addressing supporters if Alexander Isak is sold to Liverpool. I say poor Eddie Howe because, again, he's having to front up on questions off the pitch. There was a football match took place in there tonight, and we will get to talking about that in just a moment. I say just a moment, 5 or 10 minutes down the line, because first of all, we've got to address Alexander Isak, and it's Eddie who's had to front up again on the subject. And he did so well. He always done well on this, like he did with us in South Korea last week when he sent that really strong message that Alexander Isak has to earn the right to train with the group. Well, this week, he hasn't earned that right after discussions with the manager, and that's what we'll get to in just a second. It's clear that he cannot train with the group. Now, my interpretation of what Eddie means by that and what he said, I'll get into in just a moment. But first of all, let's revisit those quotes, fresh, hot off the press tonight, from just inside the press room there behind us. Well, when asked for an update, Eddie said, "We've had discussions, and it's clear at the moment we can't have him involved with the group. I don't know how long that will be for. Discussions between us have to remain private, but it's clear I can't involve him with the team at the moment." Now, what did he mean by that? Some of my colleagues interpreted that as perhaps Isak refusing to play, refusing to train, and Eddie stopped short of saying that, but you could from that take the inference was that, yeah, Isak is refusing. Now, I don't believe that to be the case.
You know what? I actually feel sorry for Eddie Howe. Like, I know we banter Newcastle and we take the piss and have a laugh at them, but I actually do genuinely feel bad for him. I actually can't lie. I do genuinely feel bad for the bloke, because it's not his situation. It's not his fault what's gone on with Alexander Isak. It should be the board and everyone that should be addressing the questions, not Eddie Howe. But I get it. He's obviously the manager, press conferences. It's obviously a big situation, so he's naturally going to get asked. But that's the only person I actually feel sorry for at Newcastle. Eddie Howe is the one guy where I'm like, you know what? I feel for you, bro. I actually feel for you.
Case, my reading of it was more that, having spoken to him, it's clear that he cannot involve him in the group because his head, in his attitude, in his want, in his desire right now is elsewhere. It is not with Newcastle United. It is with Liverpool. He wants to play for Liverpool. He wants this move to go through. So from that, on the back of those discussions, Eddie has, for me, and again, this is my interpretation now, Eddie has thought and has said to the player and to the club and to his teammates, I cannot have him training and playing and being with you guys while he is making it clear to me he does not want to be here. That would be my...
That, you know what? That's good. And that's really good from Eddie Howe, because in that situation, it's kind of, what do you do? Do you let him come back? Do you not let him come back? Either way, people are going to be unhappy. Either way, it's going to drive up in the media. Either way, it's going to get eyeballs on the situation. Oh my God, why are you being a wet wipe and letting them back in? Do you know what I mean? You know, do you have accountability and say, you know, these are the standards, you're not playing for Newcastle? Which, to be fair, I rate from Eddie Howe. Like, he's the one guy in this whole situation between Liverpool and Newcastle, from everything that's involved in terms of the deal and everything that's going off. Eddie Howe is the one guy where it's like, I feel for you. And look, we don't know what goes off behind the scenes, but if Eddie Howe actually did find out through the media, which apparently that is correct, that he didn't tell Newcastle he was going to Sociedad, then that's even peak, you know. Oh my. That's just like sleeping with your ex, yeah, and someone just posting it on TikTok, and you just wake up and you're like, my boyfriend's just cheated on me, bruv. And I just found that through TikTok.
rather than Isak point blank refusing to train or to play. Again, that is my interpretation. Let's go on with the quotes. I want Alex to be playing today. I want him training tomorrow. We would love
Don't
to
worry,
play to be
Scraps,
with
I will
us.
speak
Let me
about,
make that absolutely clear. There is no part of me does not want
I'll
that.
be honest, Scraps, just quickly on that question. I've not watched him. I've not seen anything of him. I cannot comment. A lot of our fan base, though, will do the whole thing. Oh, yeah, I watched him play. He'll be fantastic for Liverpool. If Liverpool sign him, I'll be like, yeah, cool. But I've not watched him play.
Come. But I don't see the current situation changing before Aston Villa next weekend. It's frustrating. We're missing
One
such an
like away
important
from
part of our
60
team.
people. Come on.
Again, by extension there, if you're reading between the lines, yes, if it was possible, Eddie Howe would love Alexander Isak to say to him, I'm okay, I can play, I can train, I want to train, I want to be part of the group. While that isn't the case, Eddie can't entertain having that negative influence around the group. He is so big on that spirit, on that togetherness, on that buy-in. This goes back to what he told me in the corridor in South Korea. You've got to earn the right to be the group. We are Newcastle United. His use of the word United was so telling. It was absolutely key during all of the quotes, all of the words he gave me last weekend in. So that word United was as big and as powerful as anything. And if you've got a player who is detached from United, who risks creating a disunited, non-united, what's the right word? I don't know. We'll go with disunited. Well, he can't have him around the group. That was my interpretation of those words there tonight. Alexander Isak doesn't want to be at Newcastle. While that's the case, he might not be refusing to play, but Eddie's not going to play him. He's not going to have him as part of the team. Let's go on. Does he have a future at Newcastle?
Listen, I didn't hire a team. I installed
Listen,
one.
I don't care, mate.
See what I didn't?
Sod off, you prat.
Yeah. So, of course, he has a future at Newcastle.
Wait, what was that?
As part of the team. Let's go on. Does he have a future at Newcastle? He is here. So, of course, he has a future at Newcastle. Certainly from
So
our
there, he's just doing the whole covering himself back in. Yes, he does have a future because he's technically contracted to Newcastle, but in his mind at the club, he's probably no, he doesn't. So he's just getting in like the PR sense.
perspective, everyone connected with the club. Where are we? There's lots of words on this screen. We would love to see him back with the team, but the situation has to be right for that to happen. Again, my take on that, the situation has to be right for that to happen. That isn't Isak refusing. It is the situation, you just cannot entertain it at the moment. He is here and he's contracted to us. So as long as he's in that position, there is, of course, a chance he could play for Newcastle again. But I don't know what the future will hold. Whenever a manager commits to that phrase, I don't know what the future will hold, it is, of course, expressing that doubt and that absolute doubt that Isak will play for Newcastle again. The likelihood is, from everything I've been exposed to the past week, the past 2 weeks, here and in the Far East, on the record, off the record, in public and in private, is that the likelihood is that Alexander Isak has played his last game for Newcastle. I haven't changed my opinion on that. And again, I haven't changed my opinion on the two things.
Craig Cope's a proper G. Like, you know, we won't do him dirty with
that need to happen for.
Yeah, we'll even pause like that because I was a bit done dirty there. But no, he's reported the situation very well, and everything that he has said has actually been backed up, unlike Luke Edwards, the clan.
For Isak to join Liverpool, Liverpool need to come back with that acceptable offer, which I do think will be the case, but they'll only do that when they see Newcastle make progress on those incomings. A little bit on that in just a second. Again, going on with what Eddie's just said to us inside. Has he been disciplined by the club? He is training later than the rest of the squad. There have been discussions since the tour and everything that happened in between that. But in terms of disciplinary action, I don't think that has happened. Again, that would talk to Isak potentially saying, yes, I will train, I will play, but I don't want to be here. Now, if that's the case, he isn't refusing to train. He isn't refusing to play. So perhaps that speaks to Eddie admitting that there has been no disciplinary action. Now, again, I didn't know which way to interpret this last quote. I might do during the course of reading back over it. Could the club just tell him he's got to stay? Eddie was asked. It's not that straightforward. Otherwise, we would have done a long time ago. I don't think we're in a position to do that currently. Now, what is my reading of that, I'm not entirely convinced on this, but I think what that talks to is an acceptance that they've got a player who has made it clear that he wants to go. A player who...
Well, yeah, because they've tried to offer him a new contract. And, yeah, and you know what? I said that at the start of this whole saga, for me, I said, me personally, right, Alexander Isak has to play a big part. I thought that would just be like, look, I'm open to going. I would like to go. In my wildest dreams, I did not think he'd be done what he's done. If I take away the funny side of it all, yeah, cool. Do I think it's right what he's done? Probably not, because if a Liverpool player did that, I'd be fuming. And to be fair, I've seen Liverpool players do that. I've seen Liverpool players put in transfer requests, made promises that we're going to stay. Torres, the most prime example, in my opinion. I love Liverpool Football Club. I'm going to stay. 2 days later, holding a Chelsea shirt. Obviously, the most famous ones, Coutinho, faking injury. I think Isak fakes an injury, by the way, because I reckon there was something in the injury sense, but not him actually having an injury. I reckon he's told Newcastle many times he's got an injury. My opinion, because if you look at it when the first situation first came out, the situation was he's got an injury. I reckon he told him he's got an injury, and that's why he didn't travel.
Who believes that elsewhere he can go and earn the money he feels he deserves, the money he thought he was owed last summer when Amanda Staveley-Merger, Gudusi had spoken to him previously, promised him a new contract. Paul Mitchell came in, looked at the situation, not without reason, 4 years to run, £150,000-ish a week. No, you're not getting a new deal. But
Two
from that
likes
moment
away,
on,
man, from 70.
Isak's mind...
Come on, people. Listen, love, I don't care. Thank you.
Settled. Was he unhappy? Well, he was unhappy to begin with. He started the season like an unhappy player. It was a miracle that Howe got back in the building. He performed the way he did. But that unhappiness, that unsettledness, again, I'm using words, I'm not even sure as a journalist if they are words, that unsettledness, that remained, and that came back to the fore in the final weeks of the season after the Carabao Cup victory. And it certainly presented itself again in the summer when he communicated to the club, yes, I want to go. So, while that is the case, and while they know they've got that player who is unhappy and wants to be elsewhere, and they know they've got probably potentially that big offer coming in from Liverpool that I think they will eventually be able to negotiate a price that Newcastle and Liverpool do meet on. And while Newcastle are pursuing Pedro, Sesko, Liam Delap, and Mbeumo, all those forwards who would come in as that replacement type for Isak, while that is the case, I think everyone internally inside St James's Park there is working towards a scenario, an outcome where Isak is sold and they do get those other strikers in. I think that's what Eddie means by that. He then spoke about his group and he praised his players. I went all Geordie there. I didn't mean to. He praised his players for dealing with it, all this noise. He said, it is a distraction. But again, a really telling quote here. But I've been aware of a feeling around the group that there's something there that's not to the benefit of the group. That will be the noise. That will be the distraction. We spent 2 weeks out in the Far East there, and everything, all discussion was dominated on the record, or around the team hotel, around the training ground, was dominated by a guy who wasn't there. That's not healthy. Eddie's picked up on that. That's what he meant by that quote tonight. That is why you can't have Alexander Isak dropped all of a sudden in the middle of the group and asked to train with them at a key time in preparation for the new season. So that is my understanding, based on a hot-ish take, on a coldish night here, coming out of the press room, but also based on everything else I know around the situation. I did a podcast for the Daily Mail this week and I was put on the spot. Will Alexander Isak be a Newcastle player come September the 1st? And I said no. I think he still will go to Liverpool, guys. I still think that is where it is heading. Evidenced by Newcastle's pursuit of those big players, those big names.
I think Newcastle know he's going to be going to Liverpool because otherwise you don't look for targets. You don't try your hardest, pause, to bring in a Benjamin Sesko to not let Isak go. You know, the whole funniest thing is, about this whole saga, I've been thinking, what would I say the funniest gimmick was? The 4-4-2. I'll never go over that 4-4-2 gimmick. I've seen a couple of people thinking as well, they might just wait till after the Newcastle game. It's not like it's a Champions League final, lads. It's match day 2 of the Premier League. What difference is that going to... Like, come on, man.
Could come in, and it might be palatable for you guys and for the club and for his teammates to replace Alex Isak, so to speak. But there will be no replacement. Replacement is a strange word we're using there. You can't replace Isak. He's irreplaceable. It's why Liverpool want him. It's why we've committed to that phrase. He's the best striker in the world. Replacements, with an asterisk. Players who come in and play instead of him. Now, where are Newcastle at on that? I did a bit of article on the Daily Mail yesterday. I'll put the link in the description below the line. There are 2 lists at play here, guys, when it comes to the Isak replacement. The Isak replacement, who they saw as the big money, big ticket player. Well, the names on that list, hello, they're slowly but surely scoring them off. So could it be the 2 names from what they thought was the replacement for Callum Wilson, that they are married together and they become the Isak Wilson replacement? I think we're in a situation now where that might just become the case. Johan Wissa.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want?
What if you could shut up?
In movement
10 minutes
on
left.
that. Now, it was a story I broke yesterday. Brentford, not dissimilar to Newcastle's situation, they need that replacement in. They have made contact with Brentford over Dango Autara.
7
now,
likes
so personal terms between
from 80 to
Autara
try and get to
and
80
Brentford will not
likes.
be a problem. It's a case of, again, pretty much like Isak, the club's negotiating that deal. So if Autara to Brentford happens, I then think we'll have movement on Wissa and Newcastle. Newcastle are still keen, they're still so sweet on Wissa. He scored 19 Premier League goals last season. Crucially, he has communicated his desire, his want to be a Newcastle player. Not many have done that this summer. Anthony Langer did it, why he's here. When Newcastle feel that, when Eddie feels that and Eddie hears that, he's prepared to be patient. That's why they're waiting on Wissa, coupled with the fact he's a very good player who scored 19 Premier League goals last season, 4 less than Alex Isak, in a team that wasn't as good as Newcastle. That's why they want him. I still think that will happen. But what other names are they exploring now from that second list? I wouldn't call it the B list because they're all great players. Well, one that I've heard, and I was quite strong on in the piece that I did, I know he's on the list and I know they like him, is Larson from Wolves. He scored 14 Premier League goals in his debut season last year. Now he's moved. The Wolves has been made permanent this summer for £23 million, but there is work to be done at around 50, 60. 29-year-old Watkins and 28-year-old Wissa, who both get a year older before the year is out. Does that make sense to me?
Yeah, because they want to bring in that young striker. Hence why they've been linked to like the likes of Sesko's, the likes of João Pedro's, the likes of Jackson's, that 22 to 24-year age bracket when they brought Isak in originally. And then they want a player in like a Wissa because 1 is a quality signing and 2 is kind of like the Wilson replacement while being a couple of years younger as well. And it's just good advocate depth.
Years in there. You know what I mean? They wouldn't want come this January a 30-year-old and a 29-year-old as the 2 strikers and haven't committed big money on them. So it would take big money to do Watkins in terms of the fee and the wages and the commitment with the contract. I think the football side of things with regards to recruitment, I think they might be okay with that. I think they would see that as a stopgap's the wrong word, but it would buy them time. And they're 2 very good players. Wissa and Watkins as a pair over a season would get more goals than Wilson and Isak. I think so anyway. I think that would be palatable to use that word if Isak was to go. But I don't think it's going to happen. That's my information at the moment. So if Wissa comes in, it will have to be one of those younger players. Larson is 25. Jackson is 23, 24. Could it be one of those 2 with Wissa? But I think it could be. There's the boy Sumo at Porto.
Hopefully it is Jackson.
He wasn't necessarily on the list a week ago, 2 weeks ago. There's been reports that
I'll be honest, out of all the clubs, I want him to get Jackson. Just mainly due to the fact of because I know Chelsea don't waste no time. Look how quick Chelsea sell players, guys, when they actually want to. Like, look at the Kieran Dewsbury old deal. Everton were inquiring. About a couple of hours later, I think it was a here we go. That's the one thing with Chelsea. They know how to sell players quick. And Jackson ain't going to cost you 80 million quid. I think you get him for 60 million. And plus, you've already shown with your right hand that you do have the money there, so there's no excuse for Newcastle to not get a deal done for Jackson. If they want to get the deal done with Jackson, they'll get the deal done because Chelsea will sell him. Like they said, the story between Jackson and Chelsea is completely over. He's not going to be a Chelsea player come September 1st.
They like him. I think they do like him. I've had nothing to deny that. There's been other names which have been shot down, the likes of Colin Warney. Reports that they're really strong. That's not the case. So, the boy at Porto, maybe. I haven't had anything massively strong back on that. But, yeah, I don't see them committing that massive amount of money on a young 21-year-old who was doing it for one season in the Portuguese league.
Right, we'll come back and finish that video in a second. If you're not also seeing, guys, Newcastle did try and offer him a new contract. Fabrizio Romano did confirm it. Right, I need to catch up with the chat because I don't want to get too far behind. Where did I get to? Here we go. Who's lead rider? To be fair, he's been quite reliable. By the way, we're 5 likes away from 80. If you've not hit the like button, make sure you've done so. It's good. It's a good sign. We are bidding and trying to get our targets. I was happy we bid for Boca. We bid for Boca, even if he's unavailable. Shows our intent is real. I agree. Howe asked Isak to integrate into the squad. He said no chance. Did you not see what he looked like when he was getting out of the car? He looked like, bruv, he just woke up out of a nap and he's like, I've got to turn up to this. These random names people believe is mad. You know, it could be a random numbers guy at this point. Yeah. If Newcastle keep after Isak after all this, then it just shows how arrogant and egotistical they are for a club on their stance. I agree. Smash the likes. We hear less older as I don't mean, bro. I think Eddie will leave. What, Newcastle? I think he's just Newcastle, man. He's a proper Newcastle guy, and I don't think they can jog on Liverpool above everyone. Yeah, I think everyone finds it funny. How wants to sell him? I reckon he does as well. I mean, you can just tell by his managerial quotes. Players will run a mile from this club. Their business style stinks. Facts. Because let's say I was a professional footballer. I signed for Newcastle. Let's say I wanted to probably leave by like 25, 26. I'm going to be thinking in my head, yo, I might not be able to leave here. You see what happened with Isak? Well, I'll be getting the same treatment because apparently there was a gentleman's agreement or whatever where Isak told him last summer, I'm going to do one more season with you guys. And Newcastle were like, yeah, sound. So they've had a year to get a replacement. I don't know what's going on over that club. I always said sporting directors should do press conferences, especially during transfer windows. I actually agree, you know. But then, to be fair, when it's pre-season tours, our Richard Cheese and Michael Edwards all going to be in the same environment, if you know what I mean, as Arne Slot at the same time? Probably not. It's different for different sporting directors, though, isn't it? Newcastle have to sell him, yep. It sets a bad example straight away. Imagine Granamara soon Gordon want to leave when bigger club comes in. Bruno Granamara has a 100 mil release clause. I think I can't remember if I answered it, but yeah, I've not seen anything of him. I'll be honest, scraps. Rodrigo's number 11. I'm very keen to get this lad in, but I think as a priority we need to get Gay sorted. Madrid use Rodrigo as a backup 9. Bro, if Hendrick's starting over you, you gotta leave, man. I think Hendrick. The worst fans are the ones that make out like they watched a player for a time when they haven't facts. It annoys me. Oh yeah, when have you watched him? Oh yeah, I've seen clips. I can't wait for the game tomorrow. I guarantee you now, half the fan base hasn't watched him. 70% haven't watched him. Can't wait for the game tomorrow. Yeah, same. Best solution is to let Isak go, and he told the club one more year. He informed them, so what's the issue? Newcastle wants to save face because no one wants to be there. Even Gordon understands him. Yeah, his quotes were very much telling. I want to spend the Isak money badly. Are you sure he isn't just some random geezer? Newcastle PR mate Isak is refusing to play or train. Like this guy reports, Eddie Howe has banished him from the squad. Yep. What's the Fab update? There's nothing since last night. We went through the Fabrizio. If you rewind the stream, we went through the Fabrizio Romano video where we spoke about the contract situation. He still wants to leave. Liverpool is still in 10. He gave an update on Newcastle's transfer situation as well. Big up all, yeah, man. Man said what Howe told me in the corridor. Oh. Nah, that's kind of funny, you know. Cut the crap. Isak put in a transfer request. Isak has told how he wants to go. Yep. Big up Scouse Ray, may hope you're well. He needs to put in a transfer request. I don't think he needs to. I think, and plus, yeah, transfer request isn't that simple. Transfer requests aren't really a thing anymore as well. 4 likes away from 80 chat. Let's get these hit. He's kicked off big time. They should add a thing called transfer demand, where they have to let the player go. Yeah. The thing is, it is public released that he wants to leave and join another club. So what's the transfer request that's going to happen? In fact, there's no point putting in the transfer request. I don't think he can make it more obvious he wants to leave the club. You literally told Eddie Howe the other day, like you can literally see on your screen, he's rejecting a contract. If Maka gave us 6 months' notice that he would leave Madrid, would set a price and sell him. I don't think Isak is to blame. I agree. By the way, people chat, I've got a question here. Why is everyone hating on McAllister on socials? What the hell has McAllister done wrong, man? Liverpool in pole position to land. England sent back Mark. But I will lie, I'm not believing anything the Telegraph says. The opposite meltdown, if Isak signs, will be worth the fee. Yeah. Oh, yes, it would. Joker's 3 successive passes, you know. Newcastle are playing Athletic Madrid at home now. Are they actually playing at home now? What's the atmosphere like? Players will be back. Plus, players will probably do a couple of interviews. Hence why you've not seen no player interviews. You've seen Gramayash and Gordon, and that's it. But to be fair, Bruno is the captain. Just for banter, game week 2, I want us to play 4-4-2. Yeah. Howe will want it sorted before they go to Villa next weekend, I think. I think he would want massive clarity, yes. Our players may be asked to play 770 games through the Champions League. 63, that's 1 game in 4 days. That's a lot of games for both Isak and Ekitike. Gakpo can play down the middle. And plus, some of those would be like cup games and stuff, so Jaden Downs could do a job. And if we can wrap the Champions League up early like we did last year, with like 2-3 games to spare, just send out the kids. Pause. We put another bid in. Newcastle have to accept it. Hopefully, man. Newcastle have signed House and about from Milan. Yeah, man. They're spending that Isak money already. Will we bid if Newcastle don't bring in a player? That's a good question. Yes, I do. That's just my opinion, though. But when we do, Ardagula, you know, Newcastle want to get 2 strikers. Fitzsinge, Bayern also want Jackson. Bayern can start off. 10 likes away from 85. Yeah, we can end on 80 likes. The Athletics say they're going to go for Porto striker. Yeah, I saw. We need a centre back. I think we still get a centre back, though, scraps. I will be honest. It ain't Newcastle's fault. Liverpool need to pay up or shut up. No one is to blame apart from Liverpool. How are Liverpool to blame? How are Liverpool to blame? How are Liverpool to blame? I really don't get how Liverpool to blame here. We want a player, that's it. What's wrong with that? They're playing Atletico Madrid. Players already don't want them before the Isak disaster. Here we go. Sorry, Newcastle forcing a player. Verbal agreements on me. Nothing after Harry Kane saga with City. That's what I learnt. Yeah, true. But then it's about showing a class of integrity, saying it was a load of faults. That's what Newcastle came out and said. At least be honest and actually be like, yeah, we did, but we changed our minds. What's Ben brushed under the carpet is Gordon last week. I said he was gutted. Yeah, he was. I mean, he was going around the England camp saying he's coming home. We have to sign Isak. We will, mate. Don't worry. We need Gay and Isak. Hopefully, can't lie. Bro, the full fan base will guess it up. He's under contract at the Newcastle payout. His contract will obviously pay out. They're asking about 100%, but it ain't for FFP. The top 6 would be finished on PSR. I won't say all of them, mate. Is this a Newcastle fan in the chat? Funny that no Geordie admits to knowing what the hell is going on behind the scenes with our club, yet amazingly, every other club fan, a media outlet and YouTube channel know everything crazy. What do you mean? What do you mean? God, we've got a lot of chat messages to catch up. What's happening with these? Because apparently they have blocked Liverpool. Blocked. Guys, it's not like going on your flipping iPhone or Samsung and going on flipping Instagram and then going block. What? That's not how football works. Transfer request and gentleman's agreement mean nothing. Only release clause means something. Yeah, but mate, you're not answering my question. Wait, Abdul, are you no, Coutinho, are you? I forgot. I do apologize if I forgot. Are you the city rep on the European Heavyweight Show? I've seen a lot of Matt Kate scraps. I've seen a lot of people on X giving McAllister hate for some reason. Maka was offered vice captain, right? Hope he accepted. That guy who reported it was a fake account. I will just let you know. Football want to join clubs, not potential prisoners. That's why nobody wants to sign for Newcastle, you know. Nobody wants to sign for Newcastle, you know. What's happening to Simicast, Reece Williams, Calvin Ramsey and Chiesa? Chiesa will be sold. Calvin Ramsey probably alone. Reece Williams has already left. Simicast 50-50 if he stays. Wham to Bajcetic and Doak. I think Bajcetic just goes on loan. I think Doak is sold. Big up Matty, man. Hope you're well, my guy. What's going on with Elliot? God. I reckon he goes Leipzig. Yeah, that was it. Here we go the other day. It is gone. Or yeah, he's gone. Do you ever get really excited about a transfer, then it drags on so long? You just want it to end. I am in that situation a little bit. Nunes has gone. They agree, just handing out the money. Yeah, he's gone for his medical. If Newcastle don't sell Isak, how will their relationship be like? The player and the club, I think Isak should go his way with no yeah. He was promises that they were broken. They need to ask themselves why Newcastle aren't pushing him for instead breach of contract is because he has proof they reignite on their promises. Potentially. There's already a huge rift between Liverpool and Newcastle, millions of miles. That's all he did there. Eddie Howe blocked on a slot. I know, man. He's blocked him on Twitter. He blocked him on WhatsApp, innit? Thomas Park should... Bruv. Oh. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, man. Oh, no, that was good, though. That was good. Surprised says you haven't gone in for Grimmage. I'm shocked as well, to be fair. I thought they would have. Chat, should we listen to what the rest of these got? Now, I reckon some people have definitely done videos on this. Should we see what Keith has had to say? Astonishing press conference from Eddie Howe. Should we see what he's got to have a listen? I already used Canva. Thank you.
Welcome to St James's Park, where I'm here with some big updates, some big quotes from Eddie Howe.
He's a Sky
Post-match
Sports
here
journalist who
following
does work for
Newcastle's 2-2 draw
Newcastle.
against Espanyol tonight. Of course, 90% of the questions surrounded Alexander Isak. I'm going to get into it in a second. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Leave your comments below. This is a massive talking point that's been going on for a few weeks now. I think we're all fed up talking about it, but there's been another twist tonight in what Eddie Howe has said post-match, and the first time he's spoken since he returned from South Korea last weekend. So yeah, leave your comments below, give a thumbs up, please subscribe if you haven't done already, and let me get into it. So, right, Eddie, firstly, the first thing to say is Eddie was being very, very careful with his words tonight. You could tell he was not so much stepping on eggshells, but trying to make sure he wasn't taking himself into a certain place. What he repeated a few times was he cannot select Alexander Isak at the moment, and he can't have him training with the team. He said every part of him would love Isak to be playing tonight, training tomorrow, be at his disposal and be able to select him, but he's not in a position to do that. Now, he stopped short of saying the player is refusing to train or the player is going on strike. He didn't use any words like that, but he did suggest or intimate that he was unable to use Alexander Isak. Now, you have to read between the lines there. It was quite strong stuff. Is he intimating that Isak is refusing to be involved in the group, or is he suggesting that someone else is deciding it? But he was at pains to say it's not his decision. Every part of his being wants him as part of the group. And he is a Newcastle player. He got asked if he's played his last game for the club, and he said, well, no, as far as I'm concerned, he's a Newcastle player. I want him to remain. But it clearly sounds as though the decision has been taken out of Eddie Howe's hands. And look, my reading of the situation is that the decision is being made by the player as to what's happening. He said, look, the facts are he's training later than the rest of us, and I can't involve him in tonight's game. So that would suggest to me that's a decision by either the player or perhaps the hierarchy at the club. But it's obviously something that's not sitting well with Eddie Howe at the moment, and you can see that he's stressed. You can see it's been difficult for him. I mean, really, really difficult to be missing his best player. And
It actually is peak on him, you know.
Have all this chatter and speculation and noise around the situation. Of course, we saw the pictures on Wednesday of Alexander Isak arriving to training at 4:00 after the rest of the players were gone. Now, I was led to believe at that point that was a decision by the club rather than a decision by Isak himself. I have to say what Eddie has said tonight maybe calls that into question a little bit. Was that maybe Alexander's decision to come in later? It's difficult to tell, but you know, look, it's a really delicate and awkward situation, this, because as I say, Eddie was choosing his words carefully. But he did say that, you know, as it stands, as things are, he won't be available for the match against Aston Villa next weekend, the first game of the season down at Villa Park next Saturday. And he says he doesn't see that changing. So, I mean, that sounds pretty damning, doesn't it? The fact that, you know, he's not around and he's not available for that game, and he doesn't expect a change to that. He was also asked about his fitness, because remember, Isak pulled out of the pre-season tour to South Korea with
Piri starts
No
to
one
work
cares
in
about
1 hour
that.
and lasts all day. New to Piri.
what he said was a thigh injury, and he's been receiving treatment over in Spain. I think. Eddie said he's not. He admitted tonight and confirmed that he's not got an injury and he is fit and he would be able to play, but he is not able to select him. And again, reiterated how much he would have loved to have been able to select him tonight and see him train tomorrow. But that's not happening at the moment. He says conversations have taken place since he returned from Korea, but left it vague like that. I mean, my reading of that situation, it sounds to me, unless it's a huge change, that Alexander Isak has probably played his last game for Newcastle United, unless we get to the end of the transfer window and Liverpool or any other interested parties have not put up the money that Newcastle are looking for.
I do think he's played his last game, and I do think Liverpool will bid. I think if Newcastle, what's the date today? The 9th of August. I reckon if Newcastle don't put a bid in for a player they want in the next 10 days, I think we come back with a bid and we bid for him.
Because if you've got a player there who you can't pick or can't select, then
by the way, chat,
what's the point
20
of
likes
keeping him?
from
But at the same
100.
time, Newcastle want the value as well.
Like
It's a really complicated, delicate situation, and it sounds as though Eddie has just got no power in this situation at all, which is a real shame for a guy who's done so much for the career of Alexander Isak. You know, he's improved him massively since he came. He's a little bit raw when he arrived, and he's moulded him and improved him. And you look at Eddie and you think he deserves to enjoy the fruits of his labour, working hard on Isak for 3 years, making him into the player he's got now. But to see him either A, not being available for selection, or B, moving on to pastures new when he doesn't want to lose him, must be really, really difficult to take. So, look, Isak won't be involved tomorrow. He pretty much said he won't be involved against Aston Villa unless Liverpool come in and make an offer that, unless Liverpool don't come back in, you know, there's a chance. It feels to me like he's probably played his last game for the club.
Oh my God, I'm an idiot.
It's a sad situation. It's really a sad situation for a guy.
What are you saying, Uncle, mate?
I'm here, bro. I'm here. I thought I'd come in and bless you, bro. You know,
I'm a prat, mate. I'm an absolute prat.
No, I've literally just got here. Literally.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, me in the chat was just watching the video.
Yeah, I literally just got here. Don't worry about a thing.
How
play
are
the
you?
video. Play the video.
Oh, you also listen. Yeah, let's have a listen.
Yeah,
absolutely adored by you guys as fans. All you do is you walk along the street in Newcastle in the city centre and you see people with Newcastle shirts with Isak on the back. My little nephew's got one. Brought him to a game here last season, and his surname's Wilson, and he wanted Wilson in the back. But I said, no, Isak's the man. You want to get? He's got Isak in the back of his shirt. You see Isak 14 everywhere. All these kids who absolutely adore him. And if he does leave, he's going to leave under a cloud, and it's really, really sad for it to potentially end like this. It would be difficult, in my opinion, now for Isak to come out and play here at St James's Park in front of the Gallagher after everything that we're hearing and everything that we're reading between the lines. And it's so sad that it's come to this. I mean, look, he scored the winner for you guys in the cup final, your first trophy in 7 long decades. He's etched into club folklore. He'll go down in history. And to leave under a cloud, God, this is if this happens, or even if he doesn't leave, to stay and to potentially try and play on after this, the way he's conducted himself.
Josh, swing your axe. We're in the middle of a quest. Come on.
No one cares,
Josh,
mate.
you realise him.
Yeah, let's go for your prat.
It doesn't bear thinking about, really. It's a really, really, really difficult and sad situation. So let's see what changes. I mean, look, Liverpool might not come back in. They might not offer enough money. Isak might change his view on things. Might suddenly become available to train. But it sounded, he cut and dried the way Eddie was speaking today, that he's not going to be able to use him or have him train with the group. He also said that the group have been affected by this. He goes, look, they're a great group. They all work so hard together, and they've got great chemistry and team ethic. He goes, but you can just sense that there's something there that's just niggling away. He didn't use those exact words, but it was to those effect. He said you can sense within the players that there's an issue there and there's something there. Interestingly, I put a post up tonight on the way in of Bruno Guimaraes arriving, and said it's good to see someone he's still smiling, and I noticed Bruno liked it afterwards. So maybe just a little nod there from Bruno to the fact that, look, they're still trying to smile through what's been a very, very difficult time. So aside from Isak, Eddie said, look, this can still be a strong window.
Basically, Uncle, I don't know if you've seen. Do you know Isak rejected a contract?
Yes, reports come out there today, but that was from a while ago anyway. He reported up. He rejected that from a while ago. You know what I mean?
They tried to give him a new contract this week.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Word.
Yeah,
and he said,
Fabrizio confirmed that breaking. Newcastle again tried to renew Alexander Isak's contract earlier this week, but the striker said no. He wants to move to Liverpool, and the transfer remains absolutely on. It's going to happen, man.
Well, it did. I don't see why they're sort of like prolonging this thing, because what kind of kills me, is the fact that Isak has said this to them last season, before the beginning of last season. He said at the day, "This is my last season. I want to move on." He's told them this. So why? I don't get it. Boy, I don't get it.
Newcastle,
why are they so surprised?
You're that club where they're dating a bird, they're cheating on you, and you're like, please stay with me. Even though you cheated, please stay with me. That's Newcastle.
No, it's one of them ones, like, you're married, yeah? Check this. You're married, and, like, your wife says we're not sort of like, we're not getting along and this and that, right? And I've fallen out of love with you and stuff, but we're going to stay together till the kids get to 16. When they get to 16, you know what I mean? We're going to divorce. I've seen that in the past. I've seen it. These sort of things happen where, they say, like, we'll just stay together till the kids get to 16, and then, we'll break up. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? It's there. It's going to happen. So what is the... Do you know what I mean? What is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem? And Newcastle knows very well at the end of the day, right? After all that's gone on, Isak can never play for the club again. He can't play for the club again. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to forget.
No, he can't. He literally cannot play for that club again. Because if he does, then he's just a simp as well.
But you're going to get booed from the fans. You get all sorts from the fans. I don't think they want him at the club anymore, to be honest, the fans.
No.
They're just thinking, well, if you want to go to Liverpool, just go.
Have you seen what about Luke Edwards?
No, what happened there?
This Newcastle writer chatting nonsense and rubbish about Liverpool. The deal has broken down, and everyone just took the piss out of him and said, mate, jog on, you div.
Div, you know?
Nah, he's a fucking div. He's to see you next Tuesday.
Cretin.
Yeah, man. He's more than a cretin. Flipping and
yeah, man. Why are they prolonging this thing, man? Just get on and done with it, man. You know what I mean? Stop prolonging this thing, because they've gone on another tour, haven't they? They've gone on another tour, and he hasn't gone with them again.
No, he's not going to any of the home games. They're playing right now, and he's not. He's like, I don't care. He's probably thinking, I hope you lose.
Sell him this week, man. Just sell him. He's probably screwing, yeah. He's probably screwing that he's not playing in the championship game tomorrow.
I know, man.
He's probably angry because of that.
It's all right. We'll save him a medal.
Yeah, just one for Isak, yeah. He's not here, he's going to be.
Do you know one thing I love about Isak? He sounds like a proper South London kid, doesn't he?
I know, innit? I know. Alanga sounds like that as well, you know.
I'm not even from London yet. I'm not even from London, alright, but he sounds like he's a proper like London lad.
Yeah, he sounds like he's from South London, to be honest.
No,
Seriously, he sounds like he's from South London. I'm like, yeah, how'd that work out?
oh, I was in the club last night, yeah, and they played "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme a Man After Midnight," and I started saying, "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme a Striker from Sweden." No bullshit, yeah. No bullshit, no crap, no fucking having a laugh. There was a Newcastle fan in the club. He came up to me saying, "Oh, what do you think of Isak leaving our club?" Then I'm like, "Mate, I'm not a Newcastle fan. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm just getting ready to sing at you, div." And he was like, "Oh, you're welcome to him. He's a rat."
Yeah, he would. They would say that, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Would
he
say
said
that.
he's a rat. And I was like, "How's he a rat? He's not like he wants to go."
Yeah, but what about when they went after sort of like you see these people got short memories, right? What about when they went after Anthony Gordon? Anthony Gordon refused to train until he got his move. He refused to train,
Yeah.
refused to play for the club till he got his move. Do you know what I mean? It was right then, but when somebody else, when your same player does the same thing, he's not all right then, is it?
The thing is, Uncle, they're literally doing the same thing with Wissa.
Exactly.
The Wissa and that Pratt Simon Jordan. Oh my god.
Can't stand him.
He's a what do you call him? A crane.
Numbskull. Numbskull.
No man, he's a proper div.
Yeah,
Isak is a CJ is calling Isak a fed.
A what?
He called him this.
He's like a fed, you know. He's like a fed, you know. What are you saying, Zobil?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
But no, on a real one, man. Like, just get it. The thing is, Newcastle, man. He doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't love you anymore. Get over it. You're shit in bed. He now wants a new bird.
I see shit in bed, you know. Pause.
Oh yeah, pause.
Yeah, innit? Pause, bro.
Pause.
Nah, but he doesn't want to be there anymore, does he? He doesn't want to be there anymore. Free him, innit? Free him. I mean, free him out of the shackles, man.
CJ's saying Isak has skinny arms, balls.
Hey, still a baller though. Isak's a baller, man. He's gonna look dangerous in our team, man. That's the thing about it. I just can't wait to get him at the club, man, because I know he's gonna look dangerous, man. Oh, that man's gonna score some goals. I'm telling you.
What, do you love Isak already?
Yeah, man. That guy's gonna score some goals, bro. He's a joke. Listen, he's coming to Liverpool at the end of the day, right? He's like coming. He's coming and said, he's like, I ain't paying about, you know. I've come to score goals, man. Just lay it on the plate for me, and I'll score the goal. Oh my god!
No more. He's not going to be flipping Alexander Punez. This is Alexander Isak.
You know, he's getting a front three of Salah, Isak, and Ekitike. Isn't that good, though?
Oh, man.
The front three can be
and Gakpo and Rio.
Oh
man, we need this. I love it, and I think I deserve it.
That's what I'm thinking at the day, right? If we was to go for that Fofana from Lyon, that wouldn't be a bad shout.
No.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad shout to get in that guy from Lyon. You know what I mean? You know? Because I do think at the day, sort of like, if you look at Rodrigo, yes, I think we'll get him. You know, we can get him. But what it is at the day is just like, I think Real Madrid make it hard for us. You know what I mean? They will make it hard for us because they don't want to strengthen our team. Do you know what I mean? You know, so but the guy from Lyon, he looks decent enough, doesn't he?
I've not the guy from Lyon or I ain't Malik Fofana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen bits of him.
Yeah, it's decent enough. You know what I mean?
I have seen Barcola. You know, nah, not Barcola.
I mean, I don't mind Barcola, but I just don't. What it isn't that I just don't think he's a finished article yet. Do you know what I mean? Do you
Nah,
understand
bun
what I'm saying?
Barcola. I need Alexander Isak.
Yeah. But look, if we talk about Barcola, I just don't think he's the finished article yet. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
I agree.
I don't with the money that they're asking for this guy, suicide paying that money. You know what I mean? They're looking. If you're talking about sort of like something like 90 to 100 million.
Nah, this is a joke, man.
Joke thing, yes.
Look, as long as Isak becomes a Liverpool player, sorry, but who gives a fuck? Fabrizio has tweeted that negotiations are moving fast. Here we go. Could follow soon for Malik Tau, the snapback for Newcastle.
What's this guy?
From Milan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they've got ties with me anyway, innit? Because they've got
They're
Tonali.
spending the Isak money already.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, spend your money now.
Do you know that Juventus are looking at Tonali, isn't they?
They can't afford him.
Yeah, Juventus looking at you, Tonali and stuff.
You
What's happening with that guy Carl Saliba? What's happening with that?
What, William Saliba?
Is it William Saliba?
What, are
Carl
Arsenal?
Saliba?
What,
Belabor, sorry.
Oh.
My bad. I'm not bad, sorry.
Yeah, I hope he don't go Man U, man.
Yeah. That was stupid.
Nah, I don't know if you've seen, but there is a couple of other bits of updates. Apparently, we have had a bid, 35 million. We've had a 30 mil bid rejected for Giovanni Leone. The Italian side are not budging on their 40.
Oh, Giovanni Leone.
If that is correct, are they really asked about 4 mil?
I think he wants to. I think he wants to go to. He wants to go to Milan, into Milan. Apparently, into Milan, looking at him, he wants to go there.
Sorry, but we can blow into Milan out of the war, man. Flipping in Milan.
Who is there? You know what I mean? But I don't even know much about this kid, really. To be fair,
there has been some news. Tsimikas could end up leaving. Lewis Steele said, "I think Liverpool will definitely sign a centre forward. Then they will do their best to sign a centre back before the window ends." But apparently, the Gehi news is looking a bit positive.
Yes.
So,
what is it?
I think this said. Let me pull it up. But it does look a bit positive in my opinion. I still think he comes, man.
Yeah, I do.
Why not? Paul Joyce saying that Liverpool are why am I showing that? I've had a mere. It still looks like they it's just coming down to Palace's asking price from what I'm seeing. Because Paul Joyce said Liverpool are still going to try and definitely sign a centre back. Yeah.
Liverpool keep on trying. You know what I mean? Especially what will make it good is if we get Isak out of the way, then we can sort of turn like full attentions onto, like your centre back and your winger. We can, you know what I mean? But this deal with Isak is just taking long, and I hate how this deal is like dictating how we do business. You know what I mean? I hate it. You know what I mean?
Right now, Newcastle are playing right now. They've put Gordon as a striker.
Who are they playing? Oh, Lille, isn't it? Is it Lille? No,
they're playing Atletico Madrid 14 minutes in 0-0.
Yeah. Atletico Madrid's going to turn a new one, to be honest. Where they're playing, home and away?
It's at St. James's Park.
Okay. Well, they could sort of like do something about Rome down to it. What they really want to do is give us Isak, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100, man. Is there any more Liverpool? Is there any other Liverpool news, chat? Nah, leave Gordon alone, man. Flipping Gordon, bruv. Mate, I know you flipping wetting yourself, pause, over flipping Barcola, mate.
Who's that?
CJ.
CJ.
Bro, he's got Sacco as his profile pic.
Stop it, man. Stop it.
What you got coming up anyway, Uncle, mate?
I'm waiting to get my other laptop fixed. You know what I mean? Because that's why I do most of my that's why I do all my thumbnails and all that. And so I was using it, but it's got a bit worse. Do you know what I mean? For where, like the screen, it needs a new screen fitted. Do you know what I mean? So I've got a lot of lines, and you know what I mean. So hopefully Monday I'll do something on Monday. Hopefully when I get my when I get it back. You know what I mean? So Monday. So I won't have anything coming up till Monday, I'm afraid. But yeah, keep on liking the channel, guys. Keep on liking the channel.
Did you not do? I thought you was going to do a stream last night.
I didn't do it here because like what it was with my laptop, it's got lines at the side and lines at the bottom. So that means that something inside is broken. You know what I mean? It needs a new screen. So basically, I took it to the thing the other day, and the guy ordered a new screen. So I took it there yesterday, but the screen hadn't come in. So I've got to wait till that new screen comes in because the lines have got bigger now. It's like up to about here, but up to there. Do you know what I mean? So you can't really see what you're doing. So yeah. So hopefully Monday I'll be back on it on Monday fighting.
N90 needs to get on it this weekend, man.
Yeah, I'll tell him. I think he's doing a stream tomorrow.
N90 moving like a fraud.
Fraudulent. Who's on that? No man.
Huh?
No man, can't do something my friends.
No,
but yeah, I think he's gonna show.
N90 is my guy. Yeah, 150 subs, you know.
He's got 100 subs now. Yeah, wicked. My phone's going off like crazy.
Yo, big up to everyone, man. We've gained 29 subs this stream. Big up.
4-4. That's a game, isn't it? West Ham versus Lille. Friendly.
Well, bloody West Ham.
4-4 now.
4-4, you know.
Again.
I'll see you.
No. Oh, I think they've got on penalties, isn't it? It's penalties they're doing, isn't it?
Uncle's phone's blowing up.
I know, because it's penalties, isn't it? You know what I mean?
What, you got notifications on?
Yeah.
For West Ham Lille?
Yeah, because that was from. I've had it on there. And I forgot to take it off. That was from. What game were they playing? I think it was. I think it was the Europa Cup, Europa Conference League. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And I just forgot to take it off. You know what I mean? So it's just been on there.
What's that? Every little West Ham news, you get West Ham news.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the more right. That's the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna do a preview later, but I'm gonna do it as a pre-record.
Oh, you're not doing it live?
No.
Okay. You're doing watch along tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm doing a watch along.
I'll jump on it, you know. Jump on it if you
Yeah, jump on the watch along, innit?
Yeah, and I'll just the more the merrier, innit?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. All right then, brother. I'm gonna make a move then, bro.
So, do you want to tell people where they can find you, what you got coming up this week?
Right. So, you can find me at Uncle Rod's TV. That's on YouTube. Also on Instagram and on Twitter. It's actually Anfield Uncle Rod's on Twitter. As I said, I won't be doing anything till Monday. So from Monday onwards, I should have quite a bit. I should have a week content for you. You know what I mean? Big up CJ, man. Yeah, so from Monday to the end of the week, I should have a week's content for you still. So that's where you can find me, folks. And big up the chat as well. Big up the chat.
Yeah, big up the chat as always, man.
Yeah,
Community
yeah.
Shield tomorrow. What's your prediction?
3-1 Liverpool.
I'm going. If Virgil's back, 3-1.
Yeah.
No, if Virgil's back, I'm going 2-0. But
3-0.
3-1. Marandashvili own goal.
That's gonna be all right tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that because you know what's coming up next after that, innit? It's the start of the Premier League. And
Are you doing Premier League predictions?
I'm not sure yet. I'll probably do previews on that, but not sure. Not sure about it.
Because I'm going to do a Premier League prediction show.
When?
Thursday.
Okay. Well, I'll see anyway because I'm gonna do like a week of streaming anyway, so I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, 100. Chat. Big up everyone, man. Been a good stream. 85 likes. We're 27 subs, I think it was. Big up to everyone, man. Bless up. Take care of yourselves as always. Up the fucking Reds. Isak, don't worry. Your bird ain't gonna keep you for long.
Yeah, man. Trust me. All right. We're sending someone to pick you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right then, bro. Respect. Take care, chat. Bye-bye.